Let's take a look at this backpack that we got from Tolaccea. It's a very nice backpack when you consider its price point. It's not super high end, but it's not budget, kind of middle of the road, but it offers some very nice features and it seems to be made very well. This is a 40-liter backpack. It has a ton of different compartments that you can access in different ways, and that's something we're going to look at a little bit here. That's one of its positives. It also has an expansion zipper, so you can expand this backpack till it's about 45 liters. You have to be careful with that because, as with most travel backpacks, once you start expanding them, you're going to be running into problems with carrying them and putting them on an airplane as a carry-on. One of the things I really like about it is not only does it have a handle on the top for carrying, but it has side handles as well. If you want to carry it sideways, might be a little bit easier when it's not on your back as a backpack. On the side, it's got two handles, which is really nice because it just feels sturdier. It feels like you have a better grip and it feels like it's going to hold up to weight better. And look at the stitching. It's got multiple stitch points. Those handles are going to handle quite a bit of weight, which is good because you can really stuff this bag if you wanted to. It is first and foremost a travel backpack, so it is going to be set up to be carried on your back. The padding isn't super thick on the straps, but it's not bad. It does have a center harness strap. It has load lifters and it has adjusters. I do wish, because this bag can carry so much and you're going to load it up with some weight, that it had a hip belt on it. It does not have that, and those hip belts are incredibly helpful to relieve some of that weight and pressure on your back. I would say that one thing that is nice, because you're going to have some weight on your back, is they've added padding here on this back panel. You'll also find in the back here an extra little strap. That has worked out very well for sliding it over the handle of, say, one of those carry-on roller bags. There are compartments and pockets galore on this bag, and in some ways that can end up being a negative as well, because as you stuff this bag in all of the different ways that you can do so, some of these pockets may become a little less usable. When you are stuffing one compartment, you might find that the compartment next to it is a little bit tighter, or one of the outside pockets is a little smaller. You can't get as much into it because of that. You've got this main compartment here that closes with just this outer strap. And I wasn't sure I would like that because you could have things kind of slide out of here, but you can snug that strap down, and then you're going to find that the top of this is pretty tight and you're not going to have things sliding out necessarily. But at the same time, it's great for quick access items. It's a good size pocket in there. And then inside the flap is a small zippered pocket that's actually lined. It's got a cloth lining. So say you want to throw a phone, a Kindle, something with a screen that you might want to have a little bit more protection. There are two side pockets. They're both decent size. This one actually has another little sleeve inside you could put for, say, a water bottle or something that would hold that steadier in there, and it has a lanyard for some keys. So it's nice having that. There's a matching compartment on the other side that just doesn't have those extra little pockets. It's great for just stuffing some small things on the side, makes it easily accessible. Underneath this flap here is a zipper that allows you to open up a compartment completely that is lined. The idea here is you have anything that is a little bit damp, maybe you have dirty clothes, sweaty gym clothes, whatever you want to use this backpack for. It keeps it separate from everything else, and it's not going to pick up odors or dampness like other parts of the backpack might. We used it because we were at a campfire, ended up with some smoky smelling clothes, put those in here instead of back in the main compartment, and then that kept that campfire smell contained in here, and it worked very well. This did not pick up any odor from the campfire, so whatever this material is, it's working for what they're trying to accomplish. As you would expect, there is a zipper at the top that allows you to access the main compartment of the backpack. That's what makes a backpack, but what makes this travel backpack nice is extra access. One of the trickiest things about this bag is remembering what zipper opens what compartment, because there are so many to choose from. But along the back here, you open up this main zipper, and remember that backpack compartment I talked about that you have access to from the top? Well, once you open up this compartment here, which is designed to carry a laptop, it's padded. It's not super heavy duty padding, but it is pretty nice, and it's got this Velcro strap here that's going to help hold things in place. You could put a laptop in here. You could put a second smaller screen device in here, or maybe just some folders, papers, whatever you're carrying. This section here has a net bag, which is nice for accessories. You can see right away where everything is. This is another small zippered compartment with smaller pockets inside to keep track of smaller items and not let them fly around. One of the key features of this travel backpack is its ease of use for packing and unpacking. The entire backpack area can be accessed by unzipping this panel. And then you have this very large opening to be able to pack and unpack your items. That is super helpful. Inside this is another separate bag area. You could use it for shoes. You could use it for dirty clothes. Again, anything that you want to keep separate from whatever else you're packing in here, you can use this sort of lined bag area to store that. Now, I will mention that when you're using this, if you start filling this bag in here, you're going to lose a lot of space. But they've thought about that. And if you don't want to use this internal bag, you can roll it up completely out of the way. It tucks into the bottom. And then there is a panel here that pops up. You snap it into place. It gives this whole bag a bit more rigidity because you now have basically a floor for when you're standing the backpack up. But at the same time, you've also opened up a tremendous amount of space in the main compartment area. And again, this is a 40-liter backpack. It has an expanding zipper, so you can raise this up even more. You end up with more like a 45-liter backpack. I left the main compartment open so you can see when it's standing up. That's the main compartment there. So if this were closed up, you'd have all your clothes, whatever you're going to put in there. The idea that you can unzip just the top and reach in and grab something is super handy. I found that I ended up putting clothes in the bottom of this and then made sure that a toiletry bag was stored here near the top. And so then I could just unzip this, reach in, grab my toiletries, didn't have to worry about unpacking the rest of the bag to get to them. If you unzip the bottom of the backpack, that's where you have access to that sort of bag within a bag if you want to use the lined area inside the main compartment. If not, it's rolled up in here and out of the way. If you are using it, you unzip the bottom. That's how you can get things in and out of there very easily without having to open the main compartment of the backpack. Once you have this thing completely loaded and zipped up, you do have compression straps that are available to be able to snug the whole thing down a little bit more, keep it all a little bit more compact. The stitching on these doesn't seem quite as sturdy as the heavy-duty stitching on the handles. So I'd be careful about how tight you're going to try to compress this thing with those straps. But, you know, a good tug on them, snug everything up just a little bit. That's a nice feature to have as well. Especially given its price point, this bag has a lot of nice features. It seems to be very well made. It's sturdily constructed. It's going to handle your needs for a few days worth of travel without any problem.